Yeah. Oh, y'all, we're live on air, too. I mean, on this. We're about to go live. Yeah. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we're here to open your mind. Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday, and I have all of the ladies here. I have Terry, Rachel, and Cindy. We have a great show for you, kind of jam-packed with guests, which we haven't usually had like that, because sometimes we just have fun.
Talk shows, huh?
I know, doesn't it feel like that? Doesn't it feel like that? We're going to have a great show. We're going to be kind of talking about delegates in a little while, because, you know, everybody's... What is the delegates? How does each state handle their delegates? What's going on? So we're going to give you a breakdown of how Louisiana handles their delegates. And there's a special election going on this Saturday, which I don't think a lot of people know about. But since I am a newly elected member to OPTEC, I told the listeners that I was going to make sure that I keep you abreast of all the situations that are going on in the city, and I'm going to keep my word. So we're going to have Miss Deborah Langhoff in studio with us today. I'm really excited about that. She's going to break down all the stuff that's confusing for all of us. And then we're going to have Mr. Mark Bucree, who handles outreach for Capital One, because there is a program going on that not enough people know about and not enough small businesses know about. We've heard of the Goldman Sachs, and you know they have right. You've heard of that, and of course, Terry, with you,
10,000 small business program.
We've all heard of that, but y'all, Capital One has a business program just like that. Yeah, exactly.
No
and
way.
Guess
they have not advertised it. I mean, I haven't.
Girl, they do though.
They do.
We just don't know about it. So
now know.
But when you hook up with the Good Life, everybody knows.
Everybody.
So the last day for that.
Word out there.
Exactly. So the last day for that.
Gossip that by the time you get done listening to us, you have to know it.
Basically. So we're going to get to a little bit of that information, and they really have some fun stuff. So I can't tell you all of the goodies that happen with it, but when he was telling me about it, I was like, are you serious? That is so cool. But anyway, make sure if you are a small business owner that you stay tuned to the entire show, because The Good Life is brought to you by you. So if you would like to become a part of The Good Life, make sure you reach out to Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127. That's 504-400-7127. Make sure you follow us on all our social media platforms. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at TGL Radio Show. Facebook is The Good Life Radio Show. Did I get all that out?
You got it all.
I got it all out.
You did great.
Well, you know who else got it all out yesterday?
Who was that?
John Boehner.
Oh.
What?
I know. See, sometimes I have to surprise y'all with stuff that he said, because I want your immediate reactions.
She loves doing that.
I do. Sometimes I just don't tell them with the hot topics, because I like to hear your immediate reactions. Because
on air.
Exactly. Well, you know that. Well, this is hot topic, so this is hot.
It is hot.
Y'all know that John Boehner used to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives for the United States. So he's not anymore. So obviously he can speak as he wishes.
Really?
So very freely. So he was giving a speech to Stanford University yesterday, and so one of the students in the audience asked him, what were his thoughts on Senator Ted Cruz?
Okay.
And he said, please. The moderator said, "Please be frank." So his response was, he is Lucifer in the flesh.
No way.
Yes, he did. He said Ted Cruz is Lucifer in the flesh. He said, "I have Democratic friends and I have Republican friends. I get along with almost everyone, but I have never worked with a more miserable son of a beep, something that rhymes with witch, in my life."
You've got to be.
I am not kidding.
Can I just make my own comment?
Yes, please make your own comment.
It's not political, but don't you think that guy looks like the penguin in Batman?
Oh my God.
He looks, I swear, when I look at
all he
him,
needs is a little makeup.
I realize, now we're really getting to be a bunch of catty women, aren't we?
I know.
I'm just telling
That's
you,
not nice,
I look at that guy and I think, God, doesn't he look like, if you think about it, doesn't that guy look like him?
He kind of does resemble him now that you say
He
that.
does resemble him. It creeps me out. He looks like the penguin.
He does.
But I think there's so many times where we don't really know the politicians who are running for something,
Right.
but when you get responses from people that they worked with, I think that's a truer representation
right.
sometimes of,
Absolutely.
because you don't have to agree with everybody, but you can respect them. And a lot of times in politics, look, they don't always agree, but they can respect each other.
Yes.
This man called him Lucifer in the flesh.
In the flesh.
John
I
Boehner
love that
called
line. I love
called
the
worked
line.
intimately
Ted
with
Cruz
him, and he
Lucifer
knows.
in the flesh.
Well, you know what? That speaks volumes. It really does.
It does.
It really does. I mean, he doesn't have a snowball's chance anyway, but he doesn't. I don't think so.
And then,
Truth be told.
he also already chose his VP pick, and you're not
Yeah. Not even you don't
You're
have
not-
the numbers.
Did he pick Carly Fiorina?
He
Yes,
did.
Can I just say that was the stupidest mistake she could have ever made?
I know.
I think it totally put her in a box.
It did.
Personally.
I mean,
It did. That was a desperate move on her behalf. I don't know what made her do that, but that was not smart.
that was like,
Not smart.
girl, what were you thinking?
I think it put her in a box. I think, I would hope that she's a little bit more open-minded than he is, but it just makes me, question her policies even more than I did before.
I just don't see it, and I just don't understand why. I mean, whether I agree with her politically or not,
Right.
she's clearly a sharp gal. She got on the national arena.
Right.
She has the ability to contribute to the better good for American society, whether, it's politically what I agree with or not.
Right.
And to me, that was like a death knell. It was just like, talk about ruining a career. That was like,
Put a nail in it.
bad.
Right. I don't know if he was
I
just trying to scoop her up before anybody else did because she's a woman.
Right.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
why?
Do you think so?
Yeah, but why'd
She
she
didn't have to
agree?
bite. Yeah.
That's
This is
thing.
true.
Yeah.
This is true because
She did not.
See, she should have learned what all Southern women know to say. She should have just said, "Why, thank you so much. May I give that some thought?"
Well, thank you, sugar. Let me think about that for a moment.
Instead of saying,
no.
"Hell no."
I just been like,
Right.
no.
No, but that wasn't smart.
No.
But for Boehner to say that, my word. Was there any feedback from from Cruz's campaign on that one?
Oh yeah, don't you want to hear what he
Yeah,
said?
he did. He had a tweet, and it was basically like, who would you rather, represent you, Boehner and Trump, or
Are you
Carly
serious?
and me? I'm like, he was basically trying to say that Trump and Boehner, that Trump is an insider now
Oh.
because he, is friends
They're
with Boehner.
all, you know what, to get that far,
That's
they're
not-
all insiders. I mean, really, give me a break.
Basically.
I'm so tired of that
It's all the same
routine,
circle.
right?
It's all a bunch of
Yeah.
relationships.
It's all the
Exactly.
same circle.
Wait, they probably go to all one big cocktail party and have a drink together.
And laugh about it all.
But people,
You know what? Hey, here's the deal. Do you realize that when they do stuff like this, that is like free advertisement for them because they know the media gonna jump on it, like literally.
Well, that's why they do it.
And if they do
Exactly.
these things, it's like the
Exactly.
shock effect. It's like watching those reality shows. They do stuff that's a shock effect.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's why it's done.
Well, I think I think Ted Cruz did it because he was trying to kill the momentum of Trump, like
Sure.
winning every state on Tuesday. Like
But
he
won
literally
every state.
killed
Come
him
on.
in the polls.
Slaughtered him. People
Exactly.
like it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if I was a Republican delegate,
Mhm.
and I was going to be at this convention, and let's just say Trump didn't have all the numbers he needed,
Right.
and it was going to go to a second and third vote, and they said, who are we going to nominate? You know what I mean, to put up since we're not going to take the front runner.
Right.
I wouldn't want Ted Cruz if I was a Republican delegate.
Exactly.
He still wouldn't be the person I thought
Would
would
be the
win.
choice.
Y'all,
Right.
he's the one
In
that wants to shut
America.
down the government.
I know.
He's the one that plays nice with no one. So how do you move any policy forward if you
What is
choose
it,
to do
Lucifer?
nothing
Yeah,
rather
yeah.
than
When you're Lucifer,
if you
make
right
a
if
mistake.
if you choose to do
And,
nothing.
So let's talk
So how
about
does that
Mr.
work?
Trump for a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
All right.
Ugh.
What do you think is really propelling this guy? I don't
His
understand
ego.
it. No. I mean the population, our fellow citizens.
He's saying everything that politicians will never ever say because they are too afraid of the backlash. He doesn't care. He has the money to say whatever he feels. He's listening to the people and he is their voice. And they're voting for him because he's saying everything they've been trying to scream that no one will stand up for. That's why
Mhm.
momentum is so high. With this
You know
guy.
how you say they created a monster.
Oh,
It's sad that they can't even see they can't self-reflect. They created this movement, and they don't even want to take ownership of it. They created this movement. They've been, the Republican Party, in my opinion, has been, the party of no. And I'm not the first person to say that. Everything is no. Everything is fear-based. Everything is, just anti whatever it is. And they created for themselves. They have gone so right and let their Tea Party, run their party, that you have this whole other constituency that didn't have a voice. And you finally have someone who's speaking up, saying, wait a minute, I have something to say, and I'm not that right.
Right.
And so,
but it's the voice.
Their person is just Trump. It happened, by default at this point.
My parents always told me when I was a kid that a conservative Democrat was a liberal Republican, and that most people in America were either one of those, and that they were actually philosophically pretty much on the same page.
Right.
And then you have these great fringes that pull everything left and right, and the rest of us, the majority, the silent majority as they used to refer to it,
but it's
is
sad.
left in the middle looking at this ping pong fight back and forth, left to right. I want to know when Bernie's dropping out of the race.
Well,
and
he
I want to know
is.
when this guy, his stock went.
He actually is laying off
200 plus. Yeah.
3/4 of his staff right now.
But
he had 900 people working for him. He's going to lay off a large portion of that, and let's see what happens.
And he's going to stay into the end.
He's staying,
and hopefully he's
not. It must
not.
do about getting federal matching funds or something. Because all I can say is, when Hillary Clinton was losing to Obama,
mm-hmm.
she endorsed him. I'm sure they traded, this for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure it was a heavily negotiated thing, but as all political things are. But I don't get the feeling that this guy is going to be gracious enough to steer his contingency of supporters to Hillary. And to me, that's pretty much as disgusting as some of the things we're talking about Cruz, I have to say. When I really look at it, I'm not thinking so highly of him either.
Right. Exactly. So
but
we shall see. No,
would be the
you
right
absolutely
thing to do.
should.
When have they ever done anything right in politics? Never.
When did they do the right thing? Imagine that. But if we don't open our minds to living differently in the world and come as one, then we're never going to move anything forward. And I actually said this at our OPDEC meeting, so I'm going to say this on air, and it's probably not, people don't love it, but she is my sister, so I'm going to speak on it. This education bill 432, they've had a lot of, fighting about it, this, that, and everybody on the same side. Y'all, it's all about the kids, in my opinion. And I know my sister, she loves children. My child, Aiden, is her grandchild. She picks him up. She does stuff. She makes sure he does his homework. She is on it as a godmother. I know y'all don't see that side of her, but she totally takes care of my niece and nephew and our kids. So number one, she loves children, even if they are her own. That's number one. Number two, the House bill. We love Joe Bowie. We absolutely love him, and we appreciate his passion. The bill couldn't get through.
Right.
So it couldn't get through the first time, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we tried it again, and it wasn't going to go through that the second time. So do we just leave the children to the side and don't put anything forward?
No.
Because that's what we were going to get.
No.
So we create a bill was created that could get through that was going to help our children. So at what point can we wrap our minds around that and just move forward with the process? And stop all this infighting. And I'm like, we're all the Democratic Party. If we eat at each other, guess who's winning? They are.
Right, and we lose.
Exactly. So open your mind to living differently in the world. It is what it is. And let's move forward and let's focus on our children and what we can do for our children. Because we all have a stake in this. And that's what I have to say.
Some children need to speak to the representatives to let them know what they think about the bills that they pass.
Yes, exactly.
And one of the because you guys know that I'm in education and knew about Representative Bowie bill, but I think one thing with the senator bill is that it opens a dialogue of moving schools back to local control. I mean, that's one of the things, because you just can't take and then dump back into a system without some sort of conversation, input, engagement, and to make it realistic so that way our kids, the educational system doesn't go back 30 years or 40 years ago, because we came a very long way.
Right.
And I think as a parent in the charter school system right now, I could appreciate the charter. Not every charter is the same.
Right.
But I also agree to the fact that we need to look at some sort of systematic system of local control. How does that look like? Should it look like it used to look like? I'm very open to this kind of conversation. I think that's where we need to be engaged in this bill to make sure that we have very true dialogue about the children.
Right.
Not about our political affiliation, not about what we think should happen. It's about the kids. And so if we could get more parents that have children in the system to be engaged in this process, I think the bill will come out with some juice.
Right.
That would really benefit the kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I'm very, I've been tracking the bill, and so I'm like all supportive of Senator Karen bill. And I think this will be a good start. I think 2019, which is good because before we didn't even have a date. Already.
Thank you.
Or we did, or
Thank you,
Vision
Cindy.
5 or 5 or 10 years, but then
we didn't even have anything.
Exactly. So I think this is a good start. So and thank you for her leadership for taking that up and taking charge with it. And hopefully Representative Joey Bowie will also join the work. Because he's also very knowledgeable.
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure he has a lot of background information.
We need to have a strong contingency and we need to come together. We may not all disagree, but we can respect each other's opinions and we do not have to attack one another. You do not have to attack one another. Open your minds to living differently in the world. We will be right back. We have Deborah Langhoff in the studio. I'm really excited. We'll be talking about delegates. Delegates, how do our delegates work? We're going to find out when we get back. Stay tuned. This is Gumbo Talk. I wasn't even going to do that. But oh well, it is what it is. Oops. Let her in, please. Bring her into the studio.
So we're gonna bring a chair in for her.
Here we are.
And I'll sit over here by Cindy.
And we are still live on air on Spreaker. So for all you Spreaker listeners who are following us, thank you very much. We are here with Gumbo Talk and the ladies. Let me get you a chair, Deborah.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you. Likewise.
Are you like eating this and go to Jazz Fest after this? Because it looks like you're all dressed for it.
Yeah, you too. I got my umbrella in case I need it.
I forgot when I was driving up here. I was like, I'm supposed to be at work.
I
Yeah.
don't care.
Yeah, I took an annual leave day today.
Oh, really?
Oh.
At least thank you for coming
Somebody
in.
wants to call in about the bill. I don't care. We'll do it quick and then move on to our delegates. What did we start? I don't care. Like, you know what?
I have a
Being in
piano.
politics.
Listen, I have a piano to give away.
Oh.
From the Sisters of the Holy Angel property that we're buying.
Oh, wow.
And so you have to let me make a whole spiel about them.
Yes.
Because I want some church or some group to call in and then
Yes.
they will get a free piano.
Oh my gosh.
So I want somebody.
Yes, this
I
is a
know
good life.
you
Bum,
can-
ba-na,
The
So your
ba-na,
education
ba-na.
gets so
Did you go
many
to
people you know, Eileen.
Huh?
The education stuff.
It does. And you know what?
Said we're moving forward. I mean, we could work with
Forward.
something.
But you know about this issue,
We'll
so.
take good care of it.
Very well,
Nothing
don't
to
you?
work with.
Well,
We haven't
yeah.
had anything to work with,
The
except,
sisters are
with
happy.
except for
We've gotten to
Bell
be
Bill
really good friends.
or Bill that
Sister
doesn't make
Lou.
it. You know, so I think it's a
Mostly
victory.
Sister Ann McCord.
It doesn't matter who it comes from, right? But I guess
It doesn't matter who it's come
But
from.
you know,
It's a
some
good
people
first
do.
step. And it's something that can actually get accomplished.
Correct.
It's not a
You
great
know.
piano, but it's a perfectly
Hello.
Good
Isn't that what it's about?
fine.
You know what? I'm not trying to be mean because I love Joe Bowie and I love the passion behind people with the children. I am all about that. But it's just, and I don't want to compare him to Ted Cruz. I really don't. But it's like if we don't get it, I'm gonna shut down the government. No, you're gonna make a compromise and do what's best
Bernie
for.
Sanders, that's more like.
Oh yeah, comparing to Bernie Sanders, right? Yeah. Thank you, because I don't want to compare him to what Bader said today. So anyone listening, I love Joe Bowie. I think he's a wonderful man. I absolutely do.
See,
But sometimes your supporters can be more vicious than you are, you know, and it's not even, you know, and you can't control that. Absolutely.
Music center.
Oh.
They have a music school there.
And we are live on Spreaker, so during commercial break, people can hear us, I believe.
You know, I mean,
I
Shout
want to
out,
go to
y'all.
like some church or something that where they don't
What
have
am I doing?
I want somebody who's going
in
to
the
play
church,
it and
I'm in the
really
church.
play it.
We have Miss Jones online. She wants to talk about the education bill, but I don't know if y'all know this. Are y'all Democrats? You better be. I'm just playing. We have an election this Saturday.
For what?
Exactly.
What is it?
Exactly. Thank you,
I vote
Cindy.
every time. What is it for?
Yeah.
Aha, well, she's going to tell you when we get back from our
I
break.
didn't know that.
Terry, this is how I know to vote. Terry says, I got to work the election all day Saturday. Like, oh, I got to go vote.
All right.
That's how it works. It's a direct, you know, what is that word for that? It's like
So the light bulb goes
Yeah.
off.
A light bulb. It's like,
Direct
oh, I need to
correlation.
vote.
You serious? We gotta vote this weekend?
I'm so
For what?
serious.
On what?
You're delegates.
What?
If
I
you're
thought-
a registered Dem. Registered Dem.
You have to
See?
vote on delegates?
Yeah.
See,
the
you didn't
Democrat-
even know.
Delegates.
That's what good life is all about. Open your mind to living differently in the
I don't have
world.
to worry about it.
What do you have to do at noon?
I don't have to worry. For what? Noon at Saturday?
Today.
Today?
Oh, you have to do that thing. You have to move the refrigerator.
Yeah, I'm going to get it. I gotta move that refrigerator.
Let me see.
What's going on? Yes.
Oh, you said we're going back on? We're going back on. And I'm gonna say
I just want to say that
on.
I'm completely opposed to talks. I don't care what anyone says. I don't care what the political party. It should only be for people based on financial need.
I
think
agree.
it's all bullshit. That it's like a middle class entitlement. You want your kid to go to college, save the money and pay for it. State tuition's cheaper than private college. That's why we have state colleges. I'm over it. I don't care what anyone says. I'll tell anybody that's how I feel.
Absolutely.
You want to
All
stop?
right.
But ask me what I think.
Oh, yeah. Hey, good day, done that, you know.
We're a rowdy bunch. We're a rowdy bunch.
I don't have one. Oh, do I? Oh,
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we're here to open your mind. The Good Life radio show is brought to you by Morris Reed Jr., a New Orleans law firm. If you have been hit in a car accident or charged with a crime, call 504-488-HELP. That's 504-488-HELP. The Morris Reed Jr. law firm is a full-service law firm that fights vigorously to get you the money you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or you have been charged with a crime, make sure you reach out to Morris Reed Jr. You can also find him online at morrisreedjr.net. That is morrisreedjr.net. And if you would like to sponsor a segment or become a part of The Good Life, make sure you reach out to Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127. That is 504-400-7127, because that is The Good Life. Now, we are back in studio with the Lady of Gumbo Talk. I have Rachel, Cindy, and Terry here in the studio with me, and we have a very special guest today. We have Miss Deborah Langhoff, who's been in politics for a little while, but I want to say really an advocate for the democratic process. And so we have her here to tell us about an election that's going on this Saturday? Exactly.
Now that's an OMG.
That's an OMG. Well, I want to thank all of the listeners because you all, elected me to be a member of the Orleans Parish Democratic Executive Committee. And when I said I was going to do that, I was going to make sure that I let everyone know what was going on with your democratic process. So we have Miss Langhoff here to, elaborate on that process. But before we do, we have Miss Jones online too, who wanted to give her comments on the education bill. Miss Jones, welcome to The Good Life with the Ladies. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Miss Jones, for your. No, I have to say my child has been had been, honestly, he's not currently, but had been in the public school system for 6 years. So I absolutely know, which is why I know that my sister is doing this for all of our children, because my child was one of those children as well. I think there are so many different aspects of the education bill that I don't really think that that is one. Go ahead. Okay. Well, we can agree to disagree, and I absolutely respect your opinion. I absolutely respect your opinion. That's what the good life is all about. We're about opening our mind to living different. This is opening people's mind to living differently in the world, and we can agree to disagree on the topics. And I absolutely appreciate you calling in and giving your your point of view. But I do have a different point of view, and I had a child who was in the system for 6 years, and so I just simply have a different point of view. Ladies?
And I think first of all, it's really wonderful to be here.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you for being here.
And governing is really a compromise situation. We get to say exactly what it is we want in the best of all worlds. But when you get together in the legislature and you have to deal with so many people with so many different perspectives, that kind of negotiation is necessary. It's not always, and the Democratic Party is here to make sure that all of our elected officials have that strong platform that they can operate from. And then when they go to the legislature and they meet with independents and Republicans, they have to negotiate. But our Democratic Party is strongly for middle-class people, people of need, people who have been challenged. And that's from the national level all the way down to the state level, where you and I are going to be working.
Can I ask you something about the bills? This wasn't the topic of conversation, but it kind of is now. What would have happened if the bill, Mr. Bowie's bill, just hadn't gone through for the second time and there was nothing?
Right, exactly. Absolutely nothing goes forward. Nothing happens. There's no plan. There's no basis on the table to begin to work with. But you accomplish one thing at a time and you build on that, and then you accomplish something else next time to enhance it, to detail it, to make it better.
Well, I have to admit, the woman who just called, what exactly is her position? That she feels that the school should not be returned because they haven't received their fair funding? What is, I wasn't quite.
I think she feels that the school needs to return now.
Right.
Right.
By the time, and I don't understand the part of, so when the school returns by 2019, I don't understand the part about not having the funding or the money to educate or teach the kids, or be drained because there's an MFP attached to each student that you teach. So I guess, and again, going back to an early comment that I made, that we now have an opportunity to really have very concrete conversation about talking about how does that going to look like, what kind of support system is going to be for the system for the school when they return back to local control.
Right.
But you just can't just do it overnight, because you're talking about children. You're talking about how many schools are we talking about now?
Lots.
At least over buku, right?
Buku.
Yeah.
Your favorite word.
Buku of schools, right? So you just can't shift. Because I remember, just with my children, I have to do one at a time. I can't just do all 6 and feel like I made a right decision for everybody. And then every school is going to be different. This school may need a little bit more, or may need some more support system. But I think from now into 2019, and I could definitely feel and sense the ladies in reference to the urgency of it. On it. And so I'm very sensitive to that. But I just believe that if we have the time to invest into the conversation and develop a very engaging plan.
And I think this time will allow for
Correct.
everyone to offer their opinions.
Yes.
Miss Jones and everyone
Yep.
who may agree or disagree. Come to the table. Let's find a compromise that works for everyone, and let's move forward with that. We have Miss Ebb on line 2, and this is the last call we're going to take on this because we really do want to talk about these delegates. Miss Ebb, welcome to The Good Life. We're here on Gumbo Talk Thursday. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Wow.
Mm.
Wow. Oh, no. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Miss Ebb, so much for your thoughts. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss Ebb, for your thoughts. You know, that's what Good Life is all about. It's about listening to other people's perspective. Now, I will say, I think she went on about how she doesn't know Karen Carter Peterson, but I know her very personally. She is based in morals and character, and she does everything for the children. And she does everything to make our community a better community. If you don't agree, maybe reach out to her office and have a conversation and see why it is the way that it is. You know, we like to, you know, speak to each other or not speak to each other and not have conversation. But I think that's part of it, that's part of what it's all about. We talk about love, tolerance, understanding, and communication and compassion. I think if we start having conversations with each other and understand what the other person is coming from, perspective is everything. We can talk and we can argue it until we have a hole in our heads. But until you have a different perspective on what that person is going through, you have no idea on why they did it. You know, you can argue about why President Obama did this, that, and the other. Y'all, he gets a security briefing every day. We have no idea. They are on that Hill fighting for us every day. Every day. She's been doing it for years, since she was in her 20s. I know her personally. She is a woman of morals and character. Always. So if you don't know her, reach out and get to know her. And that's all I have to say.
She's the type of
That's
person
my
that
2
will
cents.
sit down with you.
Absolutely.
She does. One of the things I want to say about that caller is that when the storm hit, it put everything in perspective. We had to change everything. Nothing was in place. Everything was created. And here's the deal: the school system, functioned for years at a certain level, but when it dismantled, it was looked at as an entity that maybe this is not the best choice at the time. Other things took place. Just as this city overall took a turn, it took a turn. So. We respect the caller's opinions, and Karen Carter Peterson's office is always open for anyone to call in and make an appointment to come in and see her.
Email her, call her, talk to her.
Life.
Absolutely. We want to get into what the delegates are all about, because we do have an election this weekend.
We're supposed to do something this Saturday?
We're supposed to do something this Saturday. Miss Langhoff, please tell us what we're doing this Saturday.
So this Saturday is Election Day if you're a registered Democrat. And the important thing to know is that it is only in Orleans Parish, only at City Hall. So go to City Hall, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
On Saturday.
And this Saturday, April 30th. And this is the opportunity for folks to vote for the individuals who will be representing them, whether they're Clinton supporters or Sanders supporters, at the Democratic National Convention in July, in the middle of July. So before, there was a presidential preference primary. You all might remember that. It was March the 5th. And we went in there and we said, if we're Democrats, we had a choice of a number of people to vote for.
Right.
Based on that, Secretary Clinton won by almost 50%.
Right, it was like 70-something, right?
To like 20.
I was like doing a little dance.
Sorry.
And so that's why she's going to get a lot more delegates from Louisiana elected than Senator Sanders. But Louisiana is one of those, well, the whole Democratic Party does apportionment proportional to the number of votes are cast for each candidate. So it's not like in the Republicans where if you win by 50% plus one, you get all the delegates.
Right.
It's you get some.
Proportion,
you get
right?
Most.
So,
it's proportion.
So Deborah, how many are we voting this Saturday?
Sure. So if you're in the second congressional, which is Congressman Richmond's,
Yes.
you get to vote for 3 Clinton delegates, 3 women, and 3 men who are pledged to Secretary Clinton. If you're a Sanders supporter, you get to pick 1 woman and 1 man.
Gotcha.
And then in each different congressional district, some people in New Orleans are actually in the first congressional. They live uptown and over in the western part of New Orleans. Well, those folks don't get to vote for as many. It's 1 Clinton delegate who's a man, 1 Clinton delegate who's a woman, and 1 Bernie Sanders delegate who's a man and 1 who's a woman.
Right.
Now, all of these lists, all this information is will be at City Hall, but if you want to take a look at the list before you go to City Hall, that's all on the website for the Louisiana Democratic Party. It's called louisianademocrats.org. And you can go there and those lists are there.
Okay, so for stupid people like me and maybe
There's
some of
no
our
stupid
listeners
question.
who heard every word you said loud as a bell and still have no friggin' idea really kind of what you're talking about, are you telling me that when I voted in March and I voted for the candidate I chose, I understood that I was voting for delegate representation, right?
Right.
But if a delegate is like pledged to Hillary Clinton, why am I voting for different people?
Well, you're voting for which of those delegates? There's a list.
Yeah, well, what's the difference? In other words, aren't they all just going to go and vote for the person I want them to vote for?
Different people do have had different history. And so somebody might want to be a delegate and go to the convention who's your neighborhood association president. Or it might be somebody that you work with. Or it might be somebody from your church. And you get to decide as a Democratic voter which of those folks, I think,
But they all have to vote for the candidate that they're pledged to.
They're pledged to.
Right.
The pledged delegates are pledged
Because
for
it's really an
this-
experience of a lifetime, honestly.
Absolutely is.
Yeah, the thing is, though, that's confusing. Maybe the Republican side is different. It's like, what's this whole deal? So let's say I vote for, Miss Smith, right? And she's going to vote for Hillary Clinton, and that's all well and good with me. And then after the first ballot, Hillary Clinton doesn't have enough votes. Then Miss Smith can vote for whoever that she wants to. I think that's what the public is so upset about. I'm just saying it in simple terms, but honestly, I think people are just over this whole electoral college deal because it's ridiculous.
Because people didn't really understand that they're voting for delegates, and the delegates are choosing the president.
Right. Well, and that's really different from the Electoral College. That's a whole different set of people, and that happens, in the general election. This is about the parties. This is about if you're in the Republican Party or if you're in the Democratic Party, who is going to represent you. And what you pointed out is, how are they going to behave? How can I count on their behavior?
Right.
And
so how do you know? Even if you vote for them, you don't know how they're going to behave.
Well, that's why
these are pledged. That's why you have to go choose the one you know.
No, but even if I pick them, I don't have any say over what they do when they get in there if it deviates from the plan. If my candidate gets the nomination, then I don't really care who goes. If my candidate doesn't get it and they start doing all this other stuff, I don't know what these people are going to do.
I think that's going to be less of a problem
in the Democratic Party, right?
But
that'll be more of a problem.
But you see what I mean? I think that's because
really,
we all hear the news and we hear it uniformly about Republicans and Democrats. So it's like, you look at it, I'd be totally freaked out if I was voting for a Republican candidate.
Isn't
not
that
having
why it's
any
important?
say.
That's why it's important to know the process of your state.
Right.
And the Democratic process and the Republican process of each state can be different and is different. So that's why it's important to understand the process of your state. And that's why we have Ms. Langhoff here, because a lot of our registered Democrats didn't even know that we're voting this Saturday. Y'all, we're voting this Saturday at City Hall between 9 and 5. Between 9 and 5, go vote if you are a Democratic. If you're a registered Democrat, it is very important. You're voting on your delegates that are going to Cleveland.
No,
I'm sorry, Philadelphia. I'm sorry. No,
Good
don't be a
party person you
Republican. My bad. Look, I'm a bad Democrat
The
today.
city of brotherly love.
The
and
city of brotherly
sisterly,
love.
Something.
All
So
of
Deborah,
that.
do you know how many is on the ballot? Do you have that?
I have the list. It's too long to read
Okay,
here.
just give me the numbers. Like, how many are we looking at for
Well,
congressional two?
Give us the
An estimate.
give us the
number.
website. Give us the
Yeah.
website
Yeah.
so everybody can go look because it really is like more than a page.
Oh Lord.
Yes, it's look.
Louisiana.
Yes, it's more than a page.
LouisianaDemocrats.org.
LouisianaDemocrats.org. If you want to go online right now to find out which delegates are running and which ones you want to, elect. So make sure you're an educated voter before you go to the polls tomorrow at Saturday. Y'all, I can't get it right. Saturday. I'm thinking today's Friday because y'all, we're sitting next to Jazz Fest. My mind is just Jazz Fest out. Make sure you vote this Saturday if you're a registered Democrat from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at City Hall because that is a good life. Thank you so much, Ms. Deborah Langhoff, for being in here with us. And we'll be right back with Mark Brucree of Capital One because he has some goodies to talk about with you. Make sure you stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank
That
you,
was
Deborah.
awesome.
My pleasure.
Wasn't it?
Great.
And she was here for all the fun.
Thank you.
I know.
Yeah. Oh, and so how do you like it when they come after you personally? Huh?
I don't mind. They weren't coming after me personally. They were coming after my sister.
teasing.
Right. And I'm just like, I was going to listen.
I was so happy. Oh, for once it wasn't me. I'm like,
As soon as she
thank
said,
you,
I don't know her,
Jesus.
I was like, exactly.
Have fun, Deborah.
We can have these
Well,
conversations
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Oh, look at your hat. We can have these conversations about politicians all you know,
Yeah, they
but
just-
you don't know.
Exactly.
And I'm like, you don't know the compromises
Well-
they make to make sure that something moves forward that is going to put
Right.
us in a position to maybe make it better in the future.
Hey, Mark.
So open your mind to living differently in the world. Stop being so narrow-minded, and you can listen to Ms. Jones if you want
Yeah.
to, but go get your own information.
Stand your face.
I'm sorry.
Hi,
Mark.
I'll put it down.
Okay.
Did you hear them talk about my
Thank
sister on
you
there?
so-
I was just like,
Thank you so much for doing this.
Thanks so much.
Look, tired of talking about my sister on WBOK. I'm be the one that talks about her positively.
Eileen, the
Make it all
group is very
kiss the
strict.
chick.
Thanks,
Slave.
Thank
That
you.
was last week. That was last week, huh?
Yeah, Friday.
I heard him talking about it.
I was like, and they've been talking about it every day. They did it in the Tribune and everything else. I was glad. Did you hear her speak up for herself at
Of course. She did. I thought she was awesome. Hi, I'm
I need to talk to
I'm
you too.
Rachel.
This is
Somebody.
Rachel.
Yeah, we haven't talked about what's the deal.
Because you know, return my phone call.
Whatever.
Oh.
No, you see, Mark. There's
She
four
does
women
that,
in
you
there.
know.
They're all on my side.
Mark, I'm the normal one here. I'm Rachel.
Whatever.
Nice to meet you, Norma Rachel. Right.
You've been here. You can put on your
She's friends
headphones.
with us. You really think she's not?
Yeah.
She's not normal.
Somebody
How did
has
you
all the
get a
funny ones
water?
together.
I walked down there and got one. Y'all anybody want one?
They found one?
No,
In the
it's fine.
refrigerator.
No, we're ready to go.
Nuh-uh.
No,
They
no.
must have just put some in
No,
there.
Yeah, it's warm,
I'll
so.
get some.
I'll wait.
We can't.
You
We
will?
can't wait to hear what you have to say about this Capital One
How
program.
many? 2, 3, 4?
4.
He does,
That's where you want to be. I was good. I was nice.
yeah.
You're very nice.
Oh,
I'm
guess-
just saying.
guess who- guess
I was
what?
just laughing, like it doesn't feel so good
I
when
will-
it feels like a personal attack as opposed to a professional comment.
I'm waiting for Kojo to call up because I met a friend of his and his friend said, Cindy, if Kojo call up, this is what you tell him. And he's going to back off of you.
Oh.
So,
That's
ready.
right.
I'm ready.
Everybody have the
Appreciate
the
it.
um
Thank you.
the picture I sent y'all.
Thank you.
You're the bomb. Thanks.
Come on.
Thank you very
That's
much.
what-
I know.
We really treat our guests right,
I
don't
gotta
we?
earn
know,
my
right.
key.
I can't wait to hear about this program.
I know. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear about it too because I haven't heard.
You did. Came to you years ago about it. And you was
Oh.
like,
Huh?
Before
my
you
community
start
don't want things
tonight,
structured.
let's worry about the
Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
No, we were going to work on it.
No, you said we wouldn't attend anything on that's structured and scheduled. Let's do it case by case. I do it in Spanish also. And I wanted to do it.
Case by case is good.
Right, that's what you said. You didn't
Yeah.
want, this is a structured class.
Oh, so that's why you didn't call me about it?
No, I met with you, and you told me it wouldn't work.
Really?
Yes. You and your whole team. It was like 3 or 4 of y'all. Remember? I had Cherie with me.
Okay, we're going back.
She was PMSing that.
Oh, she got so much going on. 22 children. You know, she can't keep track of everything.
Okay. Rachel's going to talk about the piano real quick, and then we're going to Mark.
Okay. You like jazz ticket, you say?
Ooh. And there's nice and
You give it a
Terry, they're the Marionettes, right?
Yes, they're married.
what are we calling this? Capital
I gotta
One?
get my
Getting down to
little
business.
groups together.
Yes.
I'm gonna do it live. Are you cool with that? So when I put the camera in your face, just smile.
A camera.
We should
Yeah, I'm
have
about to
taken,
be live.
Terry, we should have taken the day off and gone for
We are live on WBOK right now, 12:30 a.m. So if you're watching live on Facebook, make sure you stay tuned. We have some great information up for you. Getting down to business, because that's the good life.
Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we're here to open your mind. We are here on Gumbo Talk Thursday with the ladies. I have Rachel, Cindy, Terry, and we have a very special guest, Mark Bukri. But Rachel has a very special surprise for us. So she has some good information for our listeners. So Rachel, tell us what's going on.
Yes, indeed. You know, for the good life, we're always talking about what you can do better, but we have something to offer someone out there in our community. The Sisters of the Holy Angels, the Maronite nuns, as many people know, are moving from their facility on Rampart. And I met with Sister Ann, who's the head of the order, and they have a beautiful upright piano that is in fine condition. I played it this morning, and she has asked me to find a group or a church that is in need of a piano that would make good use of it and will be happy to donate it to them.
Did y'all hear that?
So
Donate.
we would like to give someone out there who has need for a lovely piano the opportunity to have a piano for free. So I would like to just give my number out and my email, and please feel free. I would love for this piano to have a happy home, and the sisters would be honored for you to have it. The number is 504-909-3756. That's 504-909-3756. And if you can't have time to write down that number right now, you can always reach Eileen at The Good Life, and she will pass the message on to me right away. Please, we want to find a beautiful home for this piano, and it's of a timely nature. So if you want it, claim it.
You got to claim it. All you churches,
And
all your
we want
organizations, you
to
need a
be able
piano.
we want you to be able to enjoy it. So The Good Life is offering a piano.
That is the good life.
Please take our offer up.
And I will put all of this information on our Facebook page and our Instagram and Twitter as well. So make sure you reach out to The Good Life and follow us on our social media platforms. There is a piano for that needs a great home. So thank you so much.
Ernest to deliver it.
And what?
My brother Ernest will deliver it.
Oh, and Terry's brother will deliver it. So yes.
My brother Ernest will deliver it.
Go ahead. Ernest is like,
Does Ernest know this?
He'll know it.
Mark, that's a great
He
question.
knows
Does
that.
Ernest know this? He does now.
He's
Well, what
voluntold.
I don't think enough small businesses know about. Well, Mark is, number one, thank you for everything that you do in the community with Capital One. I see you all over the place. And a lot of the, business community knows about you and people who are working in the small businesses. But, they have a program that's going on, and y'all need to know about this. And so he is here to give us all of this great information. It is called Getting Down to Business. Mark, what is Getting Down to Business all about?
Thank you for having me, Eileen. Getting Down to Business is a multifaceted small business training program that's free to small business owners.
Free?
Free.
Did y'all hear that? Free. Okay,
Free. But there is a selection process.
Okay.
We take 15 businesses per year, and we have this course that runs 7 months. There's 3 facets to the program. One is the educational component, where for the 7-month period, every 2 weeks, we actually teach a course on a topic that we think is pertinent for a business owner to have some type of working knowledge on. Classes can be on personal credit, business credit, human resources, outsourcing, legal setup, running a business plan, doing a business pitch, things we think a business owner needs to run their business successfully.
You mean everything that will take care of your back office? Because a lot of small businesses know what they do very well. They know their skill. I'm a plumber, I know how to do that. I'm a carpenter, I know how to do that. I'm a hairdresser, I know how to do that. But sometimes it's the running the business that's a little bit difficult.
Correct. And I have a famous quote that one of my business owners used in the very first interviews, that he was a mortician. And he said he went to school to be a mortician, not to be a business owner. There's two separate skills. The same applies to a plumber or a beautician, everyone.
Right.
This forces you to take a step back from the day-to-day operation of running a business to look at the bigger picture on how to grow or expand your business, or how to run the business just more formally and professionally.
Right. And so I know that there is a deadline coming up tomorrow, right? And there's a deadline coming up. And so we wanted to make sure that we got this information out to any business owner who may be interested in this program. So what can they do to, follow up?
They can apply online. That application application link is cybergrants.com. It's pretty long, /1/getting GD.
But if they follow me on any of my social media platforms, I'm going to put the link up. So I'm going to make it easy for y'all.
The flyer is there. You can always just click on the link to apply, or you can email me for a hard copy or call me for a hard copy. I'll give you all of my information. But the second component, besides the curriculum, is an actual savings component, because I work for Capital One. It's easy for me to save. I have a retirement plan through my employer, but sometimes business owners don't have that luxury. So we teach them about saving and putting money away, whether it's for education for a kid or whether it's just for retirement. We incent them to save by matching whatever they save 2-to-1 upon completion of the program.
Wait, say that one more time. We like money. Tell us about that.
So if they save...
Wait, the four of us are going to join.
Right.
If they save... You guys can't join. If they save $1,000 in the program... Because I just said so.
I love you too, Mark.
If they save $1,000, we'll match that with $2,000 upon completion of the program. So they actually walk away with capital. So I always say it's free, but in a sense, I'm paying you to be part of this program. So we're very strict on who we allow in and your attendance as well. So that's how we incent folks to save by matching.
That's why we can't get in, because they're very strict.
They don't want characters like us in there.
Right.
Hey, 2-to-1, I'm all about that.
Yeah, 2-to-1.
So wait, where the classes are being held
The
at?
classes are being held at Xavier University's Small Business Department on the 3rd floor, the annex on South Jeff Davis.
Right, we would have to apply by tomorrow?
Tomorrow at midnight is that application deadline, correct. And the third component is a pretty significant component as well, is a coaching and mentoring piece. We recognize that every business owner does not have that mentor or someone to advise them on the ins and outs of their business.
It's so important.
We assign them a personal business coach for the 7-month program, and who can be there even after the 7-month program to help them make an assessment of where there's a need, whether you need help with your back office financials or marketing or legal setup, wherever there's a gap, we identify a gap during the program, we alleviate that gap, and then that mentors them just to help them apply for capital, package their loan, whatever it is they need to grow and expand their business. That business coach helps them from A to Z during the whole 7-month program.
How do you find the pool of business coaches?
We partner with the Small Business Development Center. That's run by Carmen Sunda, Urban League's Women's Business Resource Center, that's run by Lynette Colin, and Good Work Network. Phyllis Cassidy, those are our 3 partners, and they've agreed to give us or lend us their business mentors for the entire program.
That's really exciting. And I know something you told me when we met, that that they get something upon completion of the program, which is another incentive all by itself.
That's called a surprise.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't tell you. Well, see,
there's a graduation gift upon
you have a
completion.
graduation gift upon completion. I'm not going to tell you what it is. You have to apply to the program, complete it, and then you'll get a surprise.
Correct.
And y'all, I'm just telling you, it's a very good surprise.
And there's other ways to earn money as well, because we recognize capital moves the needle. We have a business pitch competition where we teach them how to pitch their business during their entire 7 months of the program, and at the end they actually compete against each other to see who's the top 3 pitchers, and there's a monetary prize associated with that. So I've had businesses leave this program with checks for $5,000-$6,000 because they've earned money throughout the program.
So since the deadline is tomorrow,
Midnight.
and we know that it's right upon us, and people don't have a lot of time, what kind of materials would somebody have to get together to be able to file their application?
Basic materials. We ask them to attach their most recent tax return, their latest financials. If anything is not readily available. You can bring it with you at your interview. We have an interview on session on Monday and Tuesday. So if you submit the application in time before midnight, you need more time to gather those documents over the weekend, that can be allowed.
Right, that's important for our listeners to know that if you don't have everything, don't be discouraged.
get it in.
Still
That's right.
apply
Absolutely.
and then get the rest of the materials in. Good
Correct.
job.
And I know
That's
it's
great.
long, but give us that website one more time and follow us on all of our social media platforms because Capital One is really doing something for our small business community and we all need to be involved.
Cybergrants.com/Capital One/GDTB New Orleans.
And
There
your
you
phone
go.
number.
And my phone number is 504-533-3029.
Give us that number one more time.
504-533-3029. It's my direct number in my office.
Oh my goodness. You could be a direct. I'm just playing. Y'all, that is the good life. We are
Don't
here
forget
on
about our
Gumbo
free
Talk
piano.
Thursday.
Don't
Yes, we have a
forget
free
about the
piano.
free piano.
Make sure you follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We will be giving away all of this information. I will be putting up this Capital One stuff all day. Y'all know I am a strong believer in the small business community, and it's really important that we get this information out. We have a great opportunity here with Capital One, so that is the good life. Make sure that if you are in need of, just tweaking your back office, make sure you reach out. Capital One is here for you. This is the good life. This is Gumbo Talk Thursday, and we're out.
Awesome program, Mark.
Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you so
Have
much
some of my
for doing that.
students
Yeah.
talk about it. Okay. Great.
Thank you.
So-
Thank you.
That was
so
great.
Sunday we'll play it by ears.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
play by ear.